Today on Nathan and Landon Do Business, we play a little game. That's it. Nathan, old friend, how are you?
Ah, the winds of fate conspire against me, but I persevere.
Tell me more about the winds of fate.
They just blow you around.
Just blow your
Not that exciting.
It's a little bit annoying.
Yeah. Like, sure is windy today. Ah, the winds of fate.
They've conspired against me once more to blow off my hat. Speaking of hat, Nathan, we're playing a little game today, as I alluded to up top.
Yeah, we are.
We're playing a little business master.
It's a craze that's sweeping the nation.
Exactly. Yeah. So for the uninitiated, Business Master is a game that I play when I do very little work during the week to prepare for the podcast itself. So I was busy in my actual job, and so I fired up the old ChatGPT to put together a Dungeons and Dragons like game set in the business world. Um,
Kids
so
love it.
kids love it. They love playing that Dungeons and Dragons. So Nathan, are you ready to hear about your business hero? And
Absolutely, I am.
okay. So we spent a few minutes talking about this beforehand, but this is the way Derek is describing our business hero. And I have an image for him already as well. So just you wait and see. Okay. His name is Steve, no last name, because Steve stands alone, just like his towering hat. Oh, sorry. I need to go back. So it starts with Meet Steve, the modern haberdasher extraordinaire. So his occupation, he is a haberdasher of Victorian hats. He sells top hats, bowler hats, and more. Though he specializes in period-specific headwear, his customer base is presently niche, namely confined to the incel community, cosplay enthusiast, an eccentric elderly librarian named Gertrude. All right.
I love the specificity.
I know. It is the soul of wit. Good
Yeah.
job, Derek. So his height is he is 6 foot 7 inches tall without the hat and a commanding 7 foot 4 when fully accessorized, tall enough to make the boardroom ceiling lights flicker. Compounding that, he is 94 pounds or 6.7 stone. His presence is thin but looming, like a shadow in the night, or a particularly gaunt hat rack. That was good.
That is good.
Appearance, ghoulish, with a complexion reminiscent of cold oatmeal. His skeletal frame and hollow cheeks lend him an aura of spectral mystery. He is often seen in a frayed Victorian suit, complete with spats and a waistcoat, making him look like an extra from a Dickensian drama who wandered onto the wrong set.
I assume he still makes hats the traditional way with like the glues that made them go insane and stuff.
With Mercury?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to assume so. Wait till you see his image. There is no other explanation, I think, than poison glue for the way he looks. All right, his special ability, he smells danger, literally. Steve's nose tingles whenever something nefarious or financially perilous is afoot. This unique olfactory gift has helped him narrowly avoid bankruptcy several times.
I imagine that goes off quite a bit, hanging out with the incels as he does.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he detects like ambient level danger at all times.
Yeah. I think we can all smell that danger.
Exactly. Also, body odor.
Yeah.
Okay. The business background that he has, so his current business state, times are indeed tough. The haberdashery is floundering, weighed down by debts, surplus unsold top hats, and a dwindling clientele that can only purchase so many monocles and cravats. It's very
That's true.
good.
I've not purchased a top hat for myself yet. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's we all got to do our part, Nathan, to save the economy from a looming recession. We all got to buy top hats.
I would unironically wear a cape if it were socially acceptable. I enjoy wearing a cape.
Do you want to hear something funny? Like kind of a, I mean, my daughter's not going to watch this, so it's fine. I can tell you. And no one else is going to watch this either. Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
So, my we were pulling together old clothes for a garage sale. So we had this massive pile of clothes. Katie and I were going through them, our kids and ourselves. Katie pulls out this long piece of cloth and it's a cape. She says, "Our daughter owns a cape." And we both looked at each other and looked at the cape and it was like, yeah, this tracks. We are
Nice.
parents of a cape owner.
I've only worn capes in the context of like being Batman or whatever, but I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's like fun to swish around and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never ventured into wearing it in my with my regular ensemble because, as I alluded to, it is not socially acceptable.
I mean, how else can you indicate that you're plotting an evil deed? Like when you pull it over your lower portion of your face like that.
Yeah, it's way easier to be arch when you're wearing a cape. So,
Yes. Yeah, you can make dramatic exits that way. It's awesome. Anyways, back to Steve. Um, his business goal is Steve dreams of expanding his haberdashery empire beyond the incel community and reclaiming the broader, more lucrative market of gentlemanly headwear enthusiasts. Additionally, he is driven by a deep desire for revenge against the actual Dr. Pepper. The words actual Dr. Pepper are in italics. The actual Dr. Pepper, a rogue scientist whose strange experiments not only left Steve with his current appearance, but also went on to create a popular beverage that haunts Steve's nightmares with its sickly sweet scent.
not a lot of people know this, but the real Dr. Pepper got his doctorate in art history.
Really? So he's not a medical doctor, it's a PhD doctor. So
I
if he
assume.
try if he tries to do medicine on you, you tell him to stop.
Yeah, you'll end up like Steve.
Exactly. You will. Gaunt, tall, hat wearing, smelling danger.
I mean, it's a look.
It is.
Maybe if that's what you're into, seek him out.
If you want to be a real life Slenderman, meet the actual Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So Steve's signature move is the nostalgia knockout. Steve has mastered the art of evoking Victorian nostalgia, drawing in customers with carefully chosen historical quotes, dramatic hand gestures, and haunting tales of industrial era hardships, ultimately convincing them that they need a top hat to survive the modern age.
That tracks well with his business model, I think. So,
Yeah. Derek, Derek did a great job filling the gaps here.
yeah.
Um, so these are our ambitions for our game here, Nathan, is corporate conquest, turn Steve's struggling haberdashery into a worldwide phenomenon by infiltrating hipster circles, historic reenactment societies, and high fashion runways, and also a revenge scheme, amass enough power and influence to expose and financially ruin the beverage conglomerate behind the infernal Dr. Pepper.
Nice.
So his starting position right now is he's a for some reason he's a mid-level manager at his own boutique haberdashery, which is called Hats Off, Sir, located in the most obscure corner of a near forgotten alleyway. He has such low self-esteem
Yeah.
that he's like, I'm gonna open this, but let's not go nuts. I'm gonna have a boss.
Yeah. Maybe if he works really hard, he can promote himself.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Um, I'm not sure though. Let's take a look at what Steve looked like. One moment. Oh goodness. Okay. So according to Derek, this is what the infernal Dr. Pepper led led Steve to look like. Look at that. It's gonna haunt your dreams forever. That is actually very scary.
Yeah. That's perfect for Spooktember that we just entered.
Exactly. All right, let's take Steve off the screen.
We're only doing Halloween themed business ideas this month.
Exactly. All right, Nathan. So the world is literally our oyster at this point. Us at the helm of this spooky, spooky man's life. What would we like Steve to do, knowing that he's currently situated at his haberdashery in the forgotten corner of a dark alley? Um, what's his first move?
Um, Bus advertisements.
All right, let's do it. Steve would like to make some bus advertise. Well, let's have Derek be our collaborator in this.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you some follow-up questions here that are generated by Derek in Business Master. Okay, who is our target audience for these bus advertisements, Nathan?
The Latino community. I feel like that's ripe for a good Trilby hat or something.
I like it. All right. Okay, so we're targeting the Latino community. What is our ad style and tone for our Latino focused bus ads?
Um, Offensively Mexican.
Offensive cultural.
Yeah.
Um,
Cultural appropriation.
yeah, cultural appropriation. All right. I don't see how this could go wrong. All right. What is our key message? Compra un sombrero.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be the tricky part is transitioning these people from their native sombreros to a derby hat.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any kind of call to action? It's just like buy a different kind of hat.
Bring me tacos. I don't know why I'm leaning into this weird, like racist vein
Take
for
it
him.
easy on the Latino community, Nathan.
Who doesn't like
Oh,
tacos though? I mean,
it's true.
even if you're buying
You,
hats, he's using most of that money on tacos anyway. So
yeah. How about I will sell you hats in exchange for tacos? Great. Tacos, the new currency.
well, that man needs some meat on his bones. So
Yeah,
tacos are the way to do it.
exactly. Also, we got to get you some food after this podcast, Nathan. You're clearly very hungry.
Apparently.
Yeah. Any other visual elements you want to include?
Um, in the bus ad,
Yeah. Like I don't know, like 1980s clip art.
yeah, it should have what do you call those like the triangle things they always have in the background, like the shapes and
Oh
lightning
yeah.
bolts and whatnot.
Hmm. Yeah, let's do that. 1980s clip art shapes. All right, budget. An anonymous benefactor gave us $1 billion for
Nice.
these ads. Money is no object. We're concerned about the source of the money. Whoops.
Yes, we do have our concerns.
Source of the money, but not enough to not spend it on bus ads. Call to action, buy a buy a damn hat. Okay, let's see where we go. All right, a bold strategy, Steve. With a generous yet suspicious $1 billion budget, we can create an extravagant bus ad that mixes Victorian charm with an audacious taco-themed twist. Let's nail down the plan for maximum impact. Okay. Okay, let's make a mock-up.
Yeah, I hope it's like classic Taco Bell stylings from the 80s. So
Let's have a look-see. We're about to find out.
they had a very specific color palette back then.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to yeah, I'm gonna have to twist Derek's arm a little bit to make this thing happen.
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah, it's do whatever it takes. The new slogan is now upgrade your look with the top hat. No tacos required. Because, because before it was Um, I will sell you hats in exchange for tacos. I think that was the part that Derek wisely wanted us to avoid. He's like,
Yeah, he's looking out for us.
yeah. Okay, well, here's what it looks like. You ready to see it?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. It's not bad.
No tacos required.
I don't think that requires any additional context whatsoever.
No, that's ready to go out on the street, right? Just like that.
Are you sick to death of having to bring all your tacos to the haberdasher? Sure, we all are. Well, guess what? Those days are over, friend. All right, so let's see what the results of this are. Just a moment. Okay,
I would
proceed
love
with
to
the.
see an ad like that though. It just inexplicably says no tacos required at the bottom. Wait, what? Where did tacos come from?
All right, so now we're going to proceed with the game. Oh, guess what, Nathan? We rolled the 20-sided dice, and the outcome was a success.
Nice.
Yeah. So the outcome is Steve's bus advertisement campaign is a resounding success. The eye-catching retro design and humorous slogan grabbed the attention of, I would have put that as more confusing than humorous, grabbed the attention of people all across the city. The ads become a viral sensation with social media buzzing about the hat guy who's not asking for tacos anymore.
Not anymore. He's moved past the taco.
Memes flood the internet, and local news channels pick up the story, showcasing Steve and his quirky ad campaign and a unique blend of charm and mental illness. So the immediate effects, the increased foot traffic. Steve's haberdashery, hats off, sir, sees a 300% increase in visitors, including curious fashionistas, vintage enthusiasts, and even a few taco vendors looking for business partnerships. So the tacos came anyway.
Yeah.
Expanded customer base. Steve manages to attract new demographics, including hipsters, historical reenactors, and fashion-forward individuals looking for unique statement pieces. Sales of Victorian hats soar. Media
I hope
attention.
Steve's boss that he hired for himself appreciates all this hard work.
I really hope his boss is like a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He gave him a promotion. Um, the campaign catches the eye of a local fashion magazine, leading to an article titled "The Man Who Made Top Hats Cool Again" and suspicious benefactor follow-up. The success of the campaign prompts a mysterious invitation to a high-profile gala, allegedly sponsored by the anonymous benefactor who funded the campaign. Steve must decide whether to accept the invitation and potentially uncover the source of the mystery money. All
I
right.
assume it's Russian oligarchs.
Exactly. It's almost assuredly Russian oligarchs. This
Yeah.
has all the hallmarks of a money laundering campaign.
Yeah, for sure.
Where where are we going to put our money? With the racist hat guy who owns his own business, yet inexplicably made himself a middle manager.
Yeah.
Okay, Nathan. So these are your choices, each more devious than the last. Will you attend the gala? Will you launch a new product line or double down on the advertising?
Um, I think we got to find out what's going on. We got to pull back the curtain, as it were,
That's true.
and face reality. Is it
So,
a like a costume gala? Like, is it
it can
going?
be it can be whatever we want. We can just show up in disguise regardless whether it's a costume gala or not.
I think Steve's unique frame would pair well with like one of those the bird things, like the medieval doctors, the
Yeah.
plague doctors.
Yeah. We should do that. Okay. Attend the gala wearing one of those flag doctor masks to disguise yourself.
Yeah, this skeletal giant will be completely incognito once he gets that mask on.
Exactly. Yeah.
What if it's the Dr. Pepper?
What if it is the actual Dr. Pepper? Snoop around, eavesdrop, and generally and try to solve the mystery.
And see if they have any tacos.
Also, side quest, find tacos. You are horribly addicted.
Who isn't?
I know. It's a problem not a lot of people are talking about. All right, Nathan, here we go.
Uh,
Steve is thinking
Chocoholism.
taco. I just can't get enough taco.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So this is the scene we're setting here, Nathan. The Grand Gala of Mystery. Location: a lavish ballroom in an opulent historic mansion. Crystal chandeliers hang overhead, casting shimmering light across the polished marble floors. Attendees in elegant attire mingle and sip champagne, oblivious to the intrigue that awaits. Steve's disguise, dressed in his Victorian best, with a dark cape and full plague doctor mask, complete with an elongated beak. He looks mysterious and slightly absurd, but that is the Steve way. Objectives. Primary objective: snoop around and gather clues about the anonymous benefactor and their true intentions. Side quest: find tacos. The addiction is real, and Steve's sense of smell for danger is being overwhelmed by the scent of potential tacos in the vicinity.
Been there.
Haven't we all? So the outcome, Nathan, was a mixed success. So Steve enters the gala, his tall figure and peculiar mask immediately drawing both curious and suspicious glances. However, his disguise holds up well enough to avoid outright identification. All right.
Yeah, it's who could it possibly be?
Who is that stork-looking man?
Did we get a picture of that one too? Or
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. So get this, Nathan. So I got to, as I'm generating this image, I'm going to tell you, describe the action that's happening here. So Steve expertly maneuvers through the crowd, his sharp senses picking up snippets of conversations. He hears someone mentioning a dark deal and the doctor in hushed tones. The words Dr. Pepper catch his attention, and he follows the voices to a small group gathered near the back of a room, snooping around. Steve spots a ledger left unattended on the table with a list of names and transactions. He quickly scans it and notices several payments marked as advertising funds coming from an entity that only lists as P. Doctor Enterprises.
it's so subtle.
P. Doctor. It can stand
Who
for
could
pepper,
that be?
or it just could mean P.
Yeah, it's like P Diddy, but it's P Doctor.
Yeah. Isn't that what urologists are?
Yeah, it could just be a urologist.
I'm a P doctor. Um, oh my goodness. Okay, so um, finding tacos. Steve's olfactory prowess is finally rewarded. He catches the unmistakable aroma of tacos coming from a side room labeled "Culinary Delights of the World." He follows the scent and is momentarily distracted by a lavish taco bar, complete with every topping imaginable. He indulges in a few tacos, but realizes too late that the chef serving them looks like a suspicious beverage mogul in disguise. Oh no!
I guess his ability to smell danger was kind of hampered by the plague doctor mask that we, for some reason, saddled him with. So,
So herein lies the taco complication. As Steve enjoys his taco, a hand claps on his shoulder. He turns to see a sharply dressed figure with a familiar, unnerving grin, the real Dr. Pepper, holding a glass of the infamous drink. Dr. Pepper says, "Ah, Steve, is that you behind the mask? I see you found the tacos. How's business? I heard you've been making hats and ads."
he's so ominous.
So this is Derek seems to have forgotten um, what Steve looks like. Oops, wrong window. Hang on. Let me try that again. Here we go. Because he is not skinny anymore.
No,
He is quite tall, though.
he's missing his top hat too. So
He is.
his signature top hat.
You know what? We have the ability here to edit this. Steve is missing his top hat. Address this grievous error. Oops, I misspelled grievous. There we go.
Post haste.
I like how I specified how tall the top hat needs to be.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. So what do we want to do next, Nathan? We have some options here. Um, oh, he didn't even fix it.
Ah,
Oh, well.
Derek.
Looks exactly the same. Oh, well. Okay. So this is what we got. These are our choices, Nathan. We can confront Dr. Pepper, we can play it cool, or we can escape, or some other fourth thing.
Um, I think at this point, Steve's had enough. And he needs to challenge Dr. Pepper to a rooftop duel.
Challenge Dr. Pepper. Challenge Dr. Pepper to a rooftop duel. All right, a bold move, Steve. Nothing resolves a mysterious vendetta like a dramatic rooftop duel. It's time for Steve to take matters into his own hands and possibly his hat against the elusive Dr. Pepper. Location: the rooftop of an opulent mansion high above the city, with a full moon casting a silvery glow over the scene. The wind howls, whipping through Steve's Victorian coat and now properly positioned top hat. I like how it calls out that he was missing that before.
Yeah.
The skyline stretches out in the distance, adding a sense of grandeur and peril of this confrontation. Dr. Pepper standing opposite Steve, drink in hand, his smile a twisted mix of arrogance and intrigue. A duel, you say? On the rooftop, no less? Very well, Steve. Let us settle this once and for all. He casually sips his soda as he prepares for the face-off.
That sounds just like P Doctor.
Dr. Pepper, noted beverage tycoon and urologist. All right, Nathan. So we have choices here. We have option A. We can do a traditional fencing duel with elegant rapiers and swift moves. Or B, a bizarre yet oddly appropriate duel with pop bottles of Dr. Pepper as throwing weapons. Or, I mean, this is what Derek's offering us. Or some of the third thing. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Do you have any choices on the weapon?
I always pictured it as just a slap fight.
Okay. Weapons. Slap fight. Okay.
And we'll need a picture of a slap fight, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. How about the conditions of victory? So the conditions of victory, if Steve wins, it says Dr. Pepper must reveal the full truth about his experiment and the mysterious funding. If Dr. Pepper wins, Steve must publicly endorse his beverage using his newfound fame to boost Dr. Pepper's sales. I think I agree with that. Any other conditions you want to throw down there?
Those are pretty high stakes.
They are stakes. Okay. Perfect.
I do feel like if Steve wins, though, Dr. Pepper should have to serve as his taco boy for a year.
One more condition. If Steve wins, Dr. Pepper must be his taco boy.
He'll have to give up his lucrative urologist office.
A slab fight on a rooftop under the moonlight. This will truly be a duel of elegance and open-handed bravado. With the additional condition, the stakes have never been higher. Okay, so here we go. Location, the same windswept rooftop high above the city, bathed in the moonlight. Steve and Dr. Pepper, they stand across from each other, hands at the ready. Steve, with his tall, gaunt frame, adjusts his top hat and rolls up his sleeves. Oops, I'm sorry, hang on. There we go. Rolls up his sleeves in preparation. Dr. Pepper, with his sinister grin, flexes his fingers, still holding a half-empty soda bottle.
He just can't stop drinking it.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
I like this phrasing here. Derek's doing a great job. Type of combat, an epic slap fight, no weapons, just the raw stinging power of palm against cheek. That is
Perfect.
very good. Okay, good news, Nathan. The outcome was almost a total success. It was a 19.
Nice.
Yeah. So as the slap fight begins with a flourish, Steve, with the agility and grace of a Victorian gentleman, combined with the raw hunger of a taco addict, makes the first move. Steve steps forward with a swift, authoritative slap, smack, right across Dr. Pepper's cheek. The sound echoes through the night air like a thunderclap. Dr. Pepper reels back, shocked by the intensity and reach of Steve's arm span.
Yeah, that's why I was putting my money on Steve. Like he's definitely got the wingspan with his his enormous height.
Plus, that bird mask probably is giving him some degree of protection.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper, not to be outdone, regains his footing and delivers a rapid flurry of slaps, but Steve's height advantage allows him to dodge most of the blows, with only one landing softly on his chin. Eh. And then we have Steve's signature slap, with a visible grin beneath his plague doctor mask. Steve unleashes his signature slap, known in the haberdashery world as the palm of purpose. The slap is delivered with both style and force, sending Dr. Pepper stumbling backwards towards the edge of the roof. Uh-oh. But wait, there's more. The taco temptation. Just as Dr. Pepper is about to make his final desperate slap, Steve reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a single taco. Dr. Pepper's eyes widen, distracted by his love of tacos. I think Derek's getting confused here.
They all love tacos. I mean,
They
that's a
do.
given.
Yeah. Steve, out of all the foods to have in your pocket, a taco would probably be the most difficult.
Yeah, pocket tacos are notoriously messy.
Yeah. Or a Paco, as I called him. Steve takes advantage of his momentary lapse and delivers one final slap that sends Dr. Pepper's soda bottle flying out of his hand and off the roof, landing with a fizzing crash below. Dr. Pepper falls to his knees, defeated, his cheek red and stinging. He looks up at Steve with a mix of respect and fear. Dr. Pepper, all right, Steve, you win. I'll be your taco boy for the next year. Just go easy on the Al Pat store. I'm not as young as I used to be. Very good. Okay, the immediate effects. Dr. Pepper spills everything. His experiments were indeed to create the ultimate beverage, but he accidentally mixed in some ingredients from an ancient Victorian tonic, resulting in Steve's peculiar look and unusual business acumen. Oh, so
All right.
kind of disappointing, but oh well.
Yeah.
I imagine that was Steve's reaction too. He's like, okay, I guess. Taco servitude. For the next year, Dr. Pepper will appear at Steve's beck and call, delivering tacos whenever the craving strikes. This begins a unique and bizarre partnership that somehow draws even more attention to Steve's haberdashery. Yep, somehow.
Yeah.
The Great Taco Hat Collab. The situation is so unique that it sparks a business idea. Taco hats, or hat tacos. No one is quite sure what it means yet, but there's potential. So this is what this looks like for some reason. Here is Dr. Pepper and Steve following their rooftop slap fight. Cape's there.
Yeah. It's got that Bruce Almighty moon going too.
Yeah. And you got looks like it appears to be the Empire State Building and like a church right there.
Yeah.
That small town church. And
Dr. Pepper got much younger and is wearing more fashionable footwear too.
he is and he appears to be proposing marriage to Steve with the taco.
How could you say no to that?
All right. So I think we're getting close to the end here, Nathan, of our taco adventure, but I want to see what a taco hat looks like.
Yeah. That's the main unanswered question.
Yeah.
What is a taco hat?
Yeah.
Tune in next
Taco.
week to find out.
Exactly.
That's our big cliffhanger here. Taco hats. It's almost a palindrome.
Oh, this is not at all what I thought this would look like. Um, I think we we broke Derek.
Yeah.
What do you think? Any notes, Nathan, on the taco hat?
I assumed it was a hat like made of chip that you could like maybe that's a nacho hat I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the same thing that was made of the tortilla. This is more of like a taco holder hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which if you're gonna have taco holsters, you want one on each side for easy access.
Look at this nice little button right here. Show another taco hat.
It's gotta be the
All
first time
right.
Derek's had to create that button.
I know. It's so good. We've discovered the real purpose of AI. Oh, look, there's a hat in the taco hat.
This is becoming a taco hat podcast now.
I just like how it's prompting me to
Yeah.
make more taco hats.
Just keep making those taco hats.
Keep them coming, Derek. I'm currently unable to create additional taco hats.
He's all taco hatted out.
I just like how we called Derek's bluff, and it's like, you
Yeah.
want me to make more taco hats? Listen, I thought I could pull it off, but I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know why I even offered. I got no more taco hats.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't have time to prepare this week, Nathan. This has turned out to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell you what, Nathan. Why don't we do a real business thing next week? But in the interim, I've really enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
It's hard to think past the taco hats. That was so memorable.
It's... I can't
Derek just
stop.
giving up.
I can't stop laughing about that. It gave me a button that says make more taco hats, and it was like, I can't.
You got me.
This is hard. Oh, okay. Well, as always, Nathan, thank you for playing with me in this space. Um, we'll be back next week with more business ideas. Stay safe, stay sexy, and Italy now.
Edley now.
Cheers.